I don't feel that the struggle of an international student starts when they come to Canada. I feel the struggle of an international student starts as soon as they decide that they want to go to Canada for international studies. Hello everyone, my name is Japneet Kaur and welcome back to This in Canada. I hope you are all happy, healthy and fine. In this video, I will share you my experience so that you guys get motivated to come to Canada. If you are planning to come to Canada and if you are facing these obstacles and struggles, I want to make this video that you get motivated enough to make a decision for yourself. Because when I was deciding to come to Canada, I didn't have anybody to look upon, and I feel like I want to make this video that you guys get motivated to make your decision. And I also want to thank each and every one of you. You write so amazing comments which make my day, and I want you guys to treat me like a friend because I have gone through those experiences. I know what it takes and how it feels to be an international student and to make that decision to come to Canada and start your life. There will be many people who will drag you down, who will demotivate you, discourage you, but you don't have to be discouraged. You have to put yourself together and make your decision. So without any further ado, let's start our video. So the first experience I want to share with you guys is that you might have or might not have faced that. When you are coming to Canada, many people might have said you that you don't know how to speak English, you don't speak English fluently, you will never survive in Canada. Now listen to my story. When I was preparing for IELTS examination and I started taking coaching for my IELTS examination. But firstly, let me tell you about myself. I'm an introvert, very shy person. At least I used to be. And I used not to speak English on regular basis. Like at my home, at my college and in my school, we used to speak mostly Punjabi. So I was comfortable more in Punjabi than in English. How she used to prepare her students for speaking module is she used to give each and every student one topic and they have to talk about that topic for 2 to 3 minutes in front of whole class. So I was a shy person. If you would have told me to speak in front of whole class, even in Punjabi, I would have hesitated. And speaking in English was difficult for me. So I used to hesitate a lot even for speaking 2 to 3 minutes. So after 1 to 2 weeks, my IELTS teacher, she came to me and she said that Japneet, you will never get good score in your IELTS examination. And in order to get admission into a good university in Canada, I need an IELTS score of around 6.5 to 7. But she told me that I will never score good in my IELTS examination. And second, she said me that I will never be successful in Canada because I can't speak English and Canada is an English speaking country. So I'm not telling you these things to offend her or say something negative about her. She was fairly new teacher, but these words coming out of your teacher right before your examination doesn't have very encouraging or positive impact on you. I feel like many of us, many students in India or any country of the world, they always face this thing that many people will say you that you can't speak English, how you will survive in Canada, you don't have fluency in English, how you will be able to communicate after you come to Canada, you can't get good IELTS score. Even many students who have already given their IELTS score and they might have got 5 or 5.5 band. Many people will tell you that if you have only 5 band in your IELTS exam, how you will survive in Canada? It's useless that you go to Canada. These things may come in your way, but you have to ignore all these things. I definitely felt very discouraged and I was like, why to give IELTS examination? There's no point that I could get a good score on my IELTS examination. But my family supported me and they encouraged me to give my IELTS exam. I gave my IELTS examination and I scored 7 band, which was a very good band. At least for me, it is a very good band. So these things might come in your way, but you have to clear your thoughts. Many people will tell you that you can't speak English, you should not go to Canada. It's not like that. We are not in habit of speaking English every day. That's why we are scared to communicate in English. It's not like we don't know English. It's just the habit we have to build. And once you come in Canada, you have to speak English with others. You will get that habit and it will be fine. You will feel uncomfortable for 1 month or maybe 2 months. After that you will be okay. I also used to think in India that how I will be able to understand professors, but when I came here I did not find any difficulty. In Canada, there are so many people living together of different culture, and everybody have different accent. You don't need to have Canadian accent in order to become successful. I know I'm not successful right now, but I was able to survive even if I couldn't speak that 2-3 minutes line in my IELTS institution. It doesn't matter if you can speak English fluently or not, but you should be able to communicate. You should be able to express yourself, and once you come here, you will get habit and you will survive. As I have told in my previous video that I never lived outside my home city. My home was in Ludhiana. I studied in Ludhiana, so I never lived in a hostel or PG. I never lived alone. I always used to live with my family. So my relatives, everybody discouraged me that I should not aim for going to Canada because I never lived alone, and staying in a foreign country, staying in Canada all by myself as a girl is not possible. You will just waste your parents' money when you will come to Canada, and after a few months you will come back to India because you can't survive alone. So these were the actual words which my relatives and many other people used to say, that I can't survive alone in Canada because I have never lived alone in India, which is very discouraging. Firstly, I was scared to live alone in Canada because I never lived without my family. And second, on the top, instead of encouraging me, there were many people who were pulling me down that I would not be able to survive. But guess what? I was able to survive. If you have never lived alone, or you have never lived in a hostel or PG alone, I know there are many thoughts which come into your mind, and especially as a girl, there are many things which you have to think before coming to Canada. But it's just matter of time. Trust me on this. And on a very different spectrum, the other end of people who used to say me that everybody goes to Canada nowadays, what you are doing differently? It's very easy to get admission in Canadian university and colleges. There's nothing special about it. Everybody is going to Canada nowadays. Everybody gets PR in Canada. These words don't actually discourage you, but definitely you feel that anger. Not everybody is coming to Canada. If you guys have applied, you get offer letter, you get accepted by universities and colleges, and those universities and colleges don't give offer letter to everyone. If you have applied and you have got admission letter, that means you are capable enough. That means you have good scores. That means you have good potential to come to Canada. That's why they are giving the offer letter, and that's why they are giving the student visa. It is not easy to get good IELTS score. It is not easy to make the decision to apply and live in Canada. It requires that courage, and it requires that initial step which you have done. So you are special. Everybody is special. Everybody has that unique factor in them which makes them different. When we write that statement of purpose, it's not just a letter. It's something unique about you which you write in that statement of purpose, which universities and colleges and visa officers, they look at you and they know that you are capable of becoming successful in Canada. So these things you might hear from people or your relatives when you are applying for Canada to come and study in Canada, to start your life in Canada, to become successful in Canada. But you have to ignore all those thoughts. You have to ignore and listen to what you want. If you want to come to Canada, make that decision, write your IELTS examination and apply for university and colleges. If you have already applied and you're waiting for your offer letter, and people will be like, so what's happening with your life, right? And people will not understand that you have applied and you're waiting for offer letters, and offer letters take time to come, right? Don't get discouraged. People will caution you what you are doing with your life. You have done your bachelor's or +2 and you are wasting your time. Don't listen. Be motivated, be encouraged, and have faith in your decision. Always have faith in your decision. It's very important. If you don't have faith in your decision, guess what? Nobody else will have faith in your decision. And the next thing, when you will come to Canada, now your struggle begins. beside all those part-time jobs, looking for part-time jobs, looking for full-time jobs, managing your fees, managing your household activities, there will be many other voices which will still be on your head. Maybe some people who you already know are living in Canada, maybe they will laugh at you when you will go to grocery store and multiply everything with 50 rupees. Guess what? I also did. I used to multiply everything by 50 rupees because we actually got Indian rupees which we converting into dollars. So it is natural for you to convert everything into 50 rupees. I was made fun multiple times with the people who I already know was living in Canada, and they used to say that this is so cheap, why you are multiplying everything by 50. But I was a newcomer here, and you will also be a newcomer. It's okay to save money because you are saving money for your tuition fees, for your living expenses, so that you don't put much burden on your parents living in India. It's fine. It's okay if you multiply by 50. After 3-4 months, you will stop by yourself and you will not even realize. Whenever you feel discouraged or demotivated by words of people around you, you always remember this thing which I'm going to say. Never ever question your decision. If you ever question your decision, remember the time you made that decision and remember why you made that decision. Maybe you want better future for yourself. Maybe you want better future for your parents. Maybe you want a good living standard, and that's why you made your decision to come to Canada. It's not easy to make decision to leave everything, leave your family, parents, sibling, leave your village, and move to Canada. It's not easy to make decision, but you made that decision in that moment. Try to remember why you made that decision and you will never regret your decision. So I hope you like this video, and I'm really sorry if any of my thoughts and my experience came out to be negative, but I just want to share my experience, my journey, so that if you are facing those obstacles, if you are dealing with people who are trying to demotivate you or discourage you, even if they are relative to you or not, don't feel demotivated, don't feel discouraged. Make your decision. If you have already made your decision of coming to Canada, I will tell you it's totally worth it. Don't feel discouraged. Come to Canada and you will know that it's a beautiful country, a lot of potential, and you will be successful. Trust me, take my words on this, and I'm very sorry if any of my words came out to be negative. I just want to motivate you guys, and I want to thank you guys for supporting me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like this video. You know, if you like this video, please do subscribe and like this video. Do comment if you are facing such thing, or if you want to talk to me, you can message me on Instagram. And I will bring more such videos, and I will bring other videos about Canada process, about the colleges and universities. So do subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Till then, take care, be motivated, and I hope you have a successful future. Till then,